What's good, everybody? It's been a minute, but I'm back again with another video about these NBA playoffs. Today, it's all about the Lakers and the Nuggets, Western Conference playoffs. We're going to see who's going to represent the West in the NBA Finals. Real quick, let me give a shout out to the Lakers. This is a historic playoff run for them. One in the first round, one in the second round. Now they're at this point. They might be able to get to the NBA Finals, so they're on the verge of making even more history. So shout out to them for making it to this point, because we all know Lakers started 2-10, 0.3 chance of making the playoffs, and to make it to this point, nobody really thought it was possible. So shout out to them for that. But before we even get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button below, hit the notification bell so you can get notified on all the content that I'm bringing to the channel. But let's talk about these Western Conference Finals. For starters, I'm really excited about this series because this is a rematch from the NBA bubble a few years back during COVID and the pandemic when they had to play down at Disney World in Orlando. Obviously, Nikola Jokic's game has evolved since then. The Lakers won a championship in the bubble. So this rematch is going to be very, very interesting and very intriguing. I feel like this is a matchup that most people wanted to see. Obviously, a lot of people were harping on, the Suns and the Lakers, KD versus LeBron. Everybody kind of wanted to see that matchup. But I feel like this Nuggets-Lakers matchup is what the people really wanted at the end of the day, because we've seen these teams go head up against each other before. Let's just get this out the way now. The matchup between Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic. Obviously, Anthony Davis deals with injuries a lot, but in these playoffs, he's definitely been a top 5 player in these playoffs. Crashing the boards, scoring at will, just being everywhere on the court and being able to almost do everything that he can right now is a major factor as to why the Lakers have made it to this point. Now, when it comes to Nikola Jokic, his game has evolved since the bubble matchup with the Lakers. 2 MVPs since then, almost won MVP this year. He came in second. So this matchup to me is very, very, very interesting. I feel like it can be a matchup that can decide the series. I feel like it's going to be one of those matchups where, Anthony Davis is going to be scoring at will. Nikola Jokic is obviously going to score at will. I feel like Nikola Jokic's numbers will be a little higher than Anthony Davis because he scores the ball more than AD right now. But I definitely feel like Anthony Davis's defense will be able to slow down Nikola Jokic, not completely stop him, but it'll be able to slow him down to a certain degree. Now, I want to talk about something I don't usually touch on a lot, but I feel like it's going to be very important in this series, and that's coaching. On the side of the Nuggets, Mike Malone has a few people that he can throw at LeBron James, be able to, put them on LeBron James for defensive purposes. On the side of Coach Ham with the Lakers, his rotations are amazing right now because all the guys that are in their rotation are stepping up. Dennis Schroeder, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, those guys are stepping up a lot right now. So his rotations have been very, very beautiful lately, and it's been working. So I'm looking to see the adjustments that are made throughout the series. Obviously, as we know, it's the playoffs. You get up to 7 games against one team. A lot of adjustments are made. After each game, adjustments are made. So as far as Mike Malone, I'll be interested to see the defensive strategies and the adjustments he makes with that when it comes to LeBron James and even Anthony Davis. Because I feel like Nikola Jokic is going to check Anthony Davis, but Aaron Gordon is going to, put in some work on Anthony Davis as well on the defensive side of the ball. So that's going to be very interesting. And then with Coach Ham, I'm looking at his rotations. I'm paying attention to those a lot because I'm noticing in these playoffs, he's playing the guys that are stepping up. Obviously, in the last series against the Warriors, what was it, game 5 or 4? I don't remember what game it was exactly, but Lonnie Walker came in the fourth quarter and put up 15 points. And Lonnie Walker was out of the rotation at a point in time. So those things are going to be very important for the Lakers. Is the rotations, the adjustments of the rotations, who's stepping up, things like that. And like I said, for the Nuggets, defensive strategies. That's what I'm looking at when it comes to coaching in this series. Now, real quick, I would like to touch on one factor in this series, and that factor is LeBron James. I feel like right now LeBron James smells blood. He has a chance to get to his 11th NBA Finals against a team that I feel like he could be very successful against. I don't really think Mike Malone will be able to cook up any defensive strategies to really stop LeBron James. Might be able to slow him down a little bit, obviously. But a slow night for LeBron might be 20 points. but the Lakers still might win because the supporting cast will be able to step up. So even if you do slow down LeBron James, you got to still be able to slow down the entire team. That's the con of slowing down LeBron James. As if the entire team is able to step up, then what? So I feel like LeBron is going to be successful in this series. I feel like with him scoring 30 points in Game 6 against the Warriors, that's going to turn over into this series as well. I feel like he's going to get his scoring numbers up. He might even possibly put up a triple-double in this series one game. I personally think, because when LeBron James has a chance to go to the NBA Finals, he turns it up a notch. And we all know this. We've seen this throughout the years. He really gets into a mold where he really cannot be stopped. Even though we know LeBron is 38 now, he's getting older. But even with that, he's still an amazing basketball player. It's still very hard to slow him down from being successful on a basketball court. So I feel like for Mike Malone, he's got to try to cook up something, because LeBron James is going to get his, and he might make it look pretty easy this series. Now, this is probably my favorite part of talking about these playoff series and things like that, the X factors. And since we're only talking about one series in this video, I'm gonna give an X factor for each team, one for the Lakers, one for the Nuggets. So starting off with the Lakers, my X factor in this series for them is D'Angelo Russell, because of the fact he has a tough matchup against an all-star point guard in Jamal Murray, who can score the ball at will, be able to facilitate, play some pretty good defense. So I just feel like for D'Angelo Russell, he's got to turn it up a little bit. He's got to be able to score the ball a little bit more. Maybe even step it up defensively as well, because Jamal Murray can score. He can shoot. He can get to the basket. He can do all those things. So for the Lakers, D'Angelo Russell is going to have to step it up for them. Now on the side of the Nuggets, this might be a somewhat off-the-wall X factor, but I feel like it's a factor because it's a component that can beat the Lakers. And for me, the X factor is Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for the Nuggets. And I say that because, and hear me out, he's got to be able to shoot the ball, and he's got to play some defense. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is pretty good on the defensive side of the ball. And with shooting, we see that he can be sometimes inconsistent. And I feel like for him, he's got to be able to put the ball in the basket from three-point range if they want to beat the Lakers, or even have a chance to beat the Lakers. Because when you have good three-point shooting, it spreads the floor. And when you spread the floor, you can beat the Lakers like that, because sometimes you might be able to get Anthony Davis to come out the paint. So even if the shot goes up and miss, somebody on the Nuggets can grab the offensive rebound, reset, put it back up, however you want to play it. But I feel like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is going to have to shoot and make, he's going to have to make at least 3, maybe 4 threes a game for this series, because that's going to be a factor. Shooting is going to be a factor. The Lakers shoot the ball a lot. The Nuggets shoot the ball a lot. It's going to be a major factor. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is one of the Nuggets' best three-point shooters. He's going to have to display that in this series. And now it's time for the moment that we've all been waiting for, and really the entire reason that I've been talking about every playoff series. The team I think is going to go to the NBA Finals from the Western Conference. And that team for me is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. In 6 or 7 games, I feel like the Lakers have to win at least one road game in this series, preferably game 1 or game 2 since they're on the road. The Lakers, I think, are playing the best basketball in this playoffs. Between the Lakers and maybe the Heat. Between the Lakers and the Heat right now, those two teams are playing some of the best basketball in this entire playoffs. And they're surprising a lot of people. And I feel like right now, the Lakers just have that edge mentally and physically and on the court. They just have the edge right now over these Western Conference teams. I feel like even though the Nuggets are very talented, they're a great team. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray is a great 1-2 punch. I just don't feel like the Nuggets are going to have enough for this series. I feel like in order to try to stop LeBron James and Anthony Davis is a tough task. And then you have to try to stop the supporting cast, because you don't know who's going to step up in the supporting cast. One game it might be D'Angelo Russell. One game it might be Rui Hachimura. Another game it could be Austin Reeves. Another game it could be Dennis Schroeder. So you don't know who's going to step up from the supporting cast. So I feel like if you try to stop those two, you got to worry about the supporting cast. And I feel like that's going to be a problem for the Nuggets in this series. I just feel like with LeBron James' experience as well, on the verge of going to 11 NBA Finals and 20 NBA seasons, That's a lot of playoff experience. He's tied. Not tied. Excuse me. He just passed Derek Fisher for the most playoff series win in NBA history with 41. That's major. That's a lot of experience when it comes to the playoffs. And I feel like that's going to, be at hand in this series. And I feel like the Lakers are, going to go to the NBA Finals. And there you have it. That's my pick for the Western Conference Finals, the Los Angeles Lakers. Shout out to both teams because it's been a great season for both. Well, really, it's been an up and down season for the Lakers, but these playoffs have been great for them. And the Nuggets, obviously #1 seed in the West, been doing their thing over the past couple of years to get to this point. It's still great for them. But I just feel like the Lakers put an end to all of that. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I will be doing a video for the Eastern Conference since we just had a Game 7 in. It's going to be Boston and the Heat, and that video will be coming very, very soon on Monday. So be on the lookout for that. I'm out of here. Hope you all enjoyed the weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.